We have a few things to talk about. Starting off, I believe we're talking about basketball first.
Yeah, quick recap of the season here. Go ahead. Justin Moore is going to Villanova. Jameer Young to Charlotte. Karsten right here, captain on the team, is going to Brown. So congratulations on that. And also some all-conference selections. And, there's a lot here. Earl Timberlake, Hunter Dickinson, Justin Moore all got first-team WCAC. Justin Moore also recently yesterday got the All-Met first-team player of the year. So that was awesome to see. Jameer got second team, and Karsten here, and Josh Wallace also got honorable mention for the WCAC.
Justin was also recently named the Gatorade Maryland Player of the Year, and he was the co-player of the year in WCAC, which is a great honor for him. He's also going to be playing in the Nike Hoop Summit, which is a big deal. It's a big event coming up in a couple of weeks, so I'm really excited for him.
Yeah, so we had a few good basketball games, home games especially. I know you guys were in the student section. What was your experience like, with the basketball team this year?
It was just really fun. Like, there were a lot of big games, like versus IMG. That was a good one early in the year. It was just a great atmosphere, packed house, and it was in a tournament. We unfortunately lost that game, but the atmosphere was still really fun, and I really enjoyed showing out to the games this year.
Yeah, it was a really good year. The home games, the boys really showed out. Lots of packed student sections. Like you said, the IMG game was that was a full house. Boys were buzzing. Like, that was really fun. Actually, talk about that game. How did you guys, with the 33-5 record, really good, how did you guys kind of react to the losses and kind of prepare yourself?
Especially in the semis when you lose in WCCs, that's our main goal. And it's really tough to bounce back because, like, a couple of days after you got to play another game. And it's hard to bounce back, but, we had a strong team. We played for each other, and we wanted to end the season on the right note. And we had a goal, if we won the rest 6 games of our year, Justin would be the winningest player in DeMatha history. And so we kind of came together with that, and we got that, which is huge for him. And so we kind of rallied around that, and that kind of motivated us, which was cool.
Yeah, and also next year we have some strong returners, Earl Timberlake and Hunter Dickinson. Both have, a plethora of offers for go play Division I basketball. There's no real timeline on their commitment, but I know that those are 2 players you guys should look forward to coming to the games watching next year.
So, also talking about the returning players, Elijah Hawkins, 2021 guard. How have you seen him? He's going to have a big role next year with Jameer and Justin leaving. How have you seen him progress, and how do you think he's going to be this year?
There's a lot. I'm really excited. There's a lot of young guys like that they progressed so much of the year, and they didn't really get as much of a chance as they would like to prove themselves on the varsity level because we had a lot of seniors, we had a lot of older guys, but there's a lot of guys like him that are really going to get a chance next year, and it should be really fun to watch.
Yeah, speaking of your senior season, what do you think was your favorite moment from this year?
I would say probably winning our last game in Alhambra. It was emotional. All the seniors last time playing together, and it was good to go out with a win, especially to end our season, even though we didn't really get what we wanted. But that was cool.
How was senior night? I wasn't there, but I saw the video. I know there was a lot of seniors this year. How was that like an emotional day?
No, it was It was rocky. We played Carroll, didn't have the best game, so that was kind of a disappointment. I mean, we won, but that was a rocky game. But it's always cool. Walk out with your family. Have Coach Jones give you your jersey. It's pretty cool. All right, so moving on. Hockey had a great year. Talk about that, Eric.
Yeah, so 3-peat for the WCAC champions, and WCAC championship game was a classic. I know I had a chance to make it there, and it was a packed Gardens Ice House, an overtime win, really back and forth, exciting game. Boys were lucky enough to get pucks deep on that overtime goal. Brandon Matheny sent one in, and it hit off Ryan Olson's face, found its way to the back of the net.
It's using your head.
Yeah, it was a great game, a lot of fun, great for the hockey team, good group of seniors, and it was just great to be there.
Yeah, also with the student section, the guys really showed out. I was there. Great turnout. There was ups and downs to that game, but luckily we came out on top, and I thought it was a really fun game to be at.
Oh yeah, Mr. Gang kept coming up to me. I was in the front, and every time we scored a goal, we'd kind of crowd the boards, and he was like, "You can't do that," and I said, "I can't stop him."
It's part of the game.
It's just the boys are buzzing.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
No, we had Eric Reiniger and Christian Halbig, both seniors, named to the first team All-Met, which is a great honor for them. Coach McCauley did a great job leading these boys, as he always does. So it was a cool year for hockey.
Yeah, they had a tough quarterfinal loss in the Mid-Atlantic Prep Hockey League tournament. But, just to finish that WCAC strong, I think really shows what this team's doing, what the program's doing, and is headed in the right direction.
It was crazy in that tournament. All top 4 seeds lost in the first round, which really speaks to how good hockey is in this area and how they really have to come. Like, we were the number 1 seed, and, like, we played a really tough Landon team and just didn't get it done. So, like, the level of play in this area is really strong, and it just shows that, like, you have to play every game.
Yeah, and hockey's just one of those games. Some days, the biscuit doesn't bounce your way, and, you just can't find a way to win.
It's like that. It's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yep. Next year, I know for hockey, we're looking for Tyler Mercier, Brandon Matheny, some strong returners. They played great roles this year, and will take a step up next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know Ryan Olson too, Connor Eady. We're looking to have a really good team next year. Maybe go for the 4-peat.
Oh yeah.
As those seasons wrap up, we have a couple sports starting. Baseball is really getting in the swing of things. How's that going so far?
Yeah, so we're just starting recently now. We have had a few scrimmages and a few games. We're currently 3-1. Looking really strong. How do you think we're gonna do this year, Caden?
We're definitely looking good. We got a talented group of guys. We got a lot of players that are committed that we'll talk about later in the show, and just a lot of talented players that if we bond well as a team, we definitely should be having a good year, and we should be contending for the WCAC championship.
Yeah, so currently we are 3-1. We've beaten Georgetown Prep, Murray, and St. Mary's. We lost to Spalding, unfortunately, but we lost to them early in the year, which actually we thought was a good thing. We kind of found our downfalls, got stuff to work on now. We came right after Spalding and beat St. Mary's group very well, and it's just it showed us what we need to work on, and we really have a lot to work on, but we got a great group of guys this year.
Yeah, that's a good point. You never want to lose, but it is good to sometimes, take that early season loss, see what you did wrong, see what your weaknesses in your team has, and then you can work on them, and you'll be better by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think we really came out strong after that loss to Spalding and played St. Mary's tough. So, Zach, what do you think that we need to work on this year as a team to become better?
Definitely need to get the team part down, where we have a lot of great individual players. We just need to kind of work as a team, kind of be more of a family. Everyone's kind of striving to their own goals, and currently right now with the lower teams, it's working, and we're winning ball games, but come middle of our schedule, O'Connell, St. John's, Gonzaga, PVI, we're going to need to work as a team, and we're going to need to let somebody else's success be your success. Kind of
right.
Everyone's too individualized. Once we work as a team, I think we're going to have a great group of guys this year.
Yeah, that's really the message we're focusing on this year, not like being individuals, but being a team. So we got our spring trip coming to we're leaving this Saturday for our spring trip to Florida. So as Zach said, we have a 3-1 record heading down there. How do you think the trip's going to go this year?
Yeah, so obviously Florida, they can play year-round, hot weather. I mean, they're going to have a very big advantage playing year-round, and they're just going to have a large skill set. Going to be a tough challenge for us. I think, as we said, if we play as a team, if we play together, we'll have a very good chance to come out of there 4-0. We're playing two, actually, in the first two of the top teams in that area, so it's going to be very tough for us. And it's going to be a big learning experience for us.
Yeah, and I know it might be tough competition, but for team bonding, that trips like that's great. I know you guys are taking a bus down there, so if you can't get along with each other trapped in a bus for that long, then I don't think you're going to get along ever.
Along with that, the bus ride and then the hotel rooms, we're going to be with that group of guys for almost 10 days straight. So
right. Golden Corral.
Yeah, Golden Corral, big one.
Yeah.
That's
team favorite.
Yeah,
it's
team
a big
favorite.
Bang for your buck there.
Yeah, you get a lot for what you're paying for.
Makes sense.
But we're just going to be together for 10 days. Everyone's going to be close, and you're going to get to know some guys you didn't really know, and everyone should get an opportunity down there. They're not in conference games. We're going to try and find out who's going to be the starters, who's going to be in relief, and what we need to do.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a short commercial break, then come back with some lacrosse, some signing day, and some spring break. So we're going to head out. We'll be right back.
Came and went like the summertime. Was at a sunset or sunrise. Looking back like where'd the time go? So much for trying to keep this moving slow.
We're going to start off with some lacrosse here. I know Carson has some info for us.
Yeah, lacrosse, like baseball, they just started their season. They're doing really well. Unfortunately, took a loss to Spalding yesterday. That was a big game. But they're doing well. We have Evan Ostrowski heading to UMBC next year and Teague Norman going to Ohio Wesleyan. A lot of good senior leadership. Also, a lot of young guys who've been stepping up so far. Have you had a chance to watch them yet?
No, I have not, but I have heard that there's two. Evan Ostrowski really stepping up this year, being a big guy. Him and Teague taking kind of commanding roles, getting the young guys going.
Yeah, I know. I got a chance to go to the O'Connell game last Friday where they actually won 13-9, and they were down 7-1 in that game, and nothing was going their way, and then they just kind of turned it up a little bit. I think that was a good turning point for the team.
Yeah, those two seniors, they really on that. If I wasn't there, but the 7-1, you got to rally the troops, man. Just get them all going, and that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, it's just a point that you can look back to later in the season and say, hey, we did this. Why can't we do that now?
Right.
I know lacrosse also has a spring break trip planned, very similar to yours in Florida. They actually get to fly, though. So that's unfortunate for you guys. But I understand, I've heard rumors that lacrosse and baseball will be meeting each other on a paintball battlefield.
Yeah, that's actually one of the highlights of the trip to say we're going down there and we should meet up with lacrosse. Hopefully we're going to take the W. I'm scared of a few guys. Evan Ostrowski, I feel like might be pretty good at paintball. Might
He's
not.
a scary guy.
He doesn't have a fear of death.
Yeah, he might just run straight up the middle, and that's kind of what I'm scared of, like just screaming. But it's going to be really fun. It's going to give us a break from baseball and them from lacrosse just to kind of relax and have some fun, and I think that's going to be really cool. I hope we take the W. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I heard there might be like a Ruth Chris dinner on the line there, so that'll be a big one.
High stakes. High stakes.
No pun intended. Yep, so we'll move on to signing day now. We had a big signing day broadcast. Huge signing day for football and soccer recently. And, I mean, just to rattle off these names, Dominic Logan Neely, Howard, Jermaine Johnson and Josh Wallace, both to UMass, DeMarco Helms to Alabama, Declan Vargas to University of Pennsylvania, Makai Davis to Delaware, Dion Green to the Rochester Polytechnical Institute, and Caden Brooks to Lackawanna College, Nick Cross to Maryland, Joey Hood to California University of Pennsylvania. I mean, it just goes to show how deep the football program really is. And then on the soccer side, we also had Josh Morgan to UConn, Caleb Jackson to UMBC. It was a really special day just to kind of see everyone's hard work pay off.
It's awesome to see, especially with football, you see how long that table is all sitting next to each other. It really shows how deep our program is, how much talent we have, and how it's really cool, like, not just signing for yourself, but you get to see, like, your brothers, most of them played together for 4 years, and to see them all, like, achieve their goals at the same time is awesome.
Yeah, also baseball had a few signers, so starting off with our big one, Thomas Keene. He's not here anymore. He actually had a season-ending injury. He wanted to play this year, so he finished out his first semester here. But I thought it was really courtesy, kind of class act to come back, and he signed with the seniors. He's been with those guys forever. He's been a big part of our program. It was really cool to see him back. He's going to Duke. Clark Burrows, big senior this year, hoping for a lot out of him. He's committing to he's signed to College of Charleston, big D1 program. Jack Silder, he's going to Hartford Community College, one of the best community colleges, one of the highest community colleges in the country. Really hoping for a big pitching year out of him. Big seniors, they got to take some big roles. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's just really cool to see the guys that you go out and play and practice hard with every day and see their hard work paying off, getting these big D1 offers like Thomas and Clark did, and then Jack going to one of the best community colleges in the country. We might even see him in D1 soon, maybe.
Yeah, I know a lot of community colleges. He's probably going to use that as a stepping stone.
Yep.
Right now, he's going there, and he's just going to build his skills, try and get a D1 offer, maybe two years there, and it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, and actually recently after signing day, not a senior, but we had Jordan White commit to Maryland as a junior, which is pretty early, but it's pretty cool for him. He had a tough injury. First game of the year, he was out for the season, but it's awesome to see that he's going to Maryland.
Yeah, big comeback for him. I saw he's walking around now. He's good. And talking about juniors, we actually have a few juniors on the baseball team that we're looking for big years out of. Blake Badman and Alex Green both going to UVA. That's big for us. Hoping to have a big year out of both of them. And Jack Bolger going to Vanderbilt. We're hoping to have a huge year out of him. He's gonna be almost like a senior. He's gonna have to get the guys in order, and he's kind of gonna work with the seniors, and hopefully they'll take a leadership role this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So those guys are I think will really be making big impacts on the team. And again, it just speaks to how deep our team is. We got 3 juniors and we have 3 seniors that are committed to really good colleges, and I think it just speaks to the talent we have.
Yeah,
on the baseball
not just the
team.
talent of the baseball team, with the football team being deep too. It just shows DeMatha, very big sports school. We're not out of it. We're still pumping you guys out.
Yeah. And also after signing day, we had Eric here commit to be a walk-on at Maryland football. Talk about how cool it's going to be like playing with all your DeMatha brothers that have moved on to Maryland too.
Yeah, it's really exciting. There's so many guys that either have just come to DeMatha before me or have actually gotten a chance to play on the same team as them. It'll be nice to have them there to kind of show me the way a little bit, teach me the ropes, and just already have a brotherhood established at Maryland, and one that I look to expand on a little bit with some new guys that I'll meet there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's gonna be all for us. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a great broadcast. We'll see you next time.